Welcome back to High Stakes. Today, we will be discussing the following MLB matches that is happening on Monday, September 25th, 2023. We will be providing our team, total, and prop picks for the day. Before we get started, please remember to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our videos. If you want access to our premium picks, you can check out our Patreon page. You can find the link to our Patreon page in the description and comment section below. Texas Rangers versus Los Angeles Angels. Take the Rangers with the run line. The AL West race has been a thrilling showdown, and the Rangers have come up guns ablaze, winning 4 in a row heading into Sunday and taking a game-and-a-half lead over the Astros. The offense scored 31 runs in those 4 wins, and on the year, they are third overall with 851 runs in 154 games. They are hitting .266 as a team, second best in the game, and their 217 home runs were 6th most. Corey Seager continues to lead the American League with a .333 batting average. He also leads the league with 42 doubles, and his 32 home runs were 6th most. The Rangers' third baseman hit safely in all 4 games of their win streak. Pitching did well to notch the team's 12th shutout of the season on Saturday against the Mariners. They had allowed a combined 14 runs in their 3 prior games, and on the year their 4.26 team ERA ranks 17th. Perez last pitched on the 20th, tossing 4.2 scoreless innings against Boston, allowing just 3 hits and a walk while striking out 5. In his last 9 appearances, he has allowed just 2 earned runs over 18.2 innings, with 15 strikeouts. So far this year, these 2 teams have faced each other evenly, with each winning 2 of the first 5 games in head-to-head matchups. The Rangers have secured victory in 3 of the last 5 meetings, and when they have beaten the Angels, they've done so convincingly, with an average margin of victory of 7.2 runs per game. In contrast, the Angels' 5 wins against Texas have come with a much narrower average margin of victory at 2.4 runs per game. Currently, the Rangers are in excellent form and fully aware of the significance of these games, as they are must-win contests, especially with a 4-game series against Seattle on the horizon. The Rangers also have an advantage by facing Sandoval on his home turf. The Angels' starting pitcher has a less favorable record at home, with a 2-6 record and a 4.66 ERA, and opposing teams are hitting .275 against him. This suggests that the Texas lineup should seize the opportunity to put up early runs and comfortably secure another commanding victory over their division rival. Also take the over. Mercilessly, the regular season nears its conclusion for the downtrodden Angels, winners of just 2 of their last 10 games. In that stretch, they were outscored 54-32. Through 155 games, they scored 711 runs, 15th overall, and their 1,461 strikeouts as an offense were 3rd most in the game. Brandon Drury has 53 extra base hits on the year and is 2nd on the team with 23 home runs and 75 RBIs. The Angels' second baseman had 4 multi-hit games over his last 5 played, heading into Sunday's action. The over has gone 6-2-2 in the 10 meetings this season, with an average run total of 11 per game. The Texas offense is always capable of big totals, having scored 8 or more runs in 6 of their last 9 wins. 3 times in that span they've scored in the double digits, something they had also done to the Angels 3 times this season. Sandoval gets pushed around at home, and his last 2 starts at Angels Stadium have seen an average of 17.5 total runs scored. With the Rangers likely working a bullpen game, I like the chances for a lot of runs to be scored in this one. Houston Astros versus Seattle Mariners. Take Houston moneyline. Houston took some time to get off the mat as they didn't log their first run until the 7th inning, which came off a Chas McCormick homer. Kyle Tucker drove home another runner in the 8th, but it was not enough to answer the call. Jeremy Pena was the lone Astro to log multiple hits. J.P. France got the start, and he retired 5 over 5 innings while allowing 2 runs. Justin Verlander is slated to open the series up for the Astros. Verlander comes into this game with a 5-3 road record and overall ERA of 3.44. He's actually posted his weakest pitching splits when he's on the road or tossing under the lights. When he's thrown on the road this season, opponents have found the most success as his OBA sits at .246. Along with the uptick in batting average, Verlander has been walking 2 batters per start on the road. While he's dropped his walk rate under the lights, home runs have been more common, though he's still only allowing .75 per start. He's been more erratic this month. In his 4 starts, his ERA has climbed up to 5.19 and he's surrendered 7 homers in just 4 starts. Houston enters this contest with a run differential of +116, which is good for 6th in the league. The Astros have continued to hit the ball well all season, sitting 4th in overall batting average. On the road, they've been even sharper. With a collective batting average of .268 and over half their homers coming away from the house this season, it seems the Houston offense prefers to be playing on the road. During night affairs, they haven't been as consistent as the Astros team batting average has dropped below their season benchmark. What's helped the Astros generate runs, averaging over 5 per contest, has been their top 3 ranking in plate appearances. Not only has Houston been to the plate at high volume, but they've routinely capitalized. Houston's been a bit of an exception to the rule, as typically a team with a high number of homers pays the price in the strikeout department. But the Astros have continued to steadfast disciplined at the plate, and it's helped the offense excel. While Verlander has faced challenges on the road recently, his upcoming matchup appears promising as he takes on the Mariners, a team that has not only experienced difficulties at home this season but has also struggled to generate offense this month. Although the Mariners' bullpen has performed well, the Astros rank among the best in the league in terms of plate discipline and batting average. Additionally, Houston has been particularly potent with their batting average when playing away from home, which further strengthens their position. All these factors suggest that Houston is likely to come out victorious in the opening game. Also take under 8.5 runs. Seattle was held scoreless on their way to 6 hits in Game 2 against the Rangers. Both Adolis Garcia and Mitch Garver went 2-4 at the plate, the only Mariners to do so. Logan Gilbert got the start, and over 5.2 innings he retired 2 while allowing 2 runs. As of this writing, the Mariners haven't announced who will take the mound to open the series on Monday. On the whole, the Mariners' pitching staff is the best in the league in regard to ERA as they sit at 3.72. Along with the strong ERA, Seattle issues walks at the lowest rate in the league, with just 2.5 per 9 innings thrown. The pitching staff has simply demonstrated their ball control all season long. Seattle sits 11th in strikeouts per game and 7th in hits. They've been able to place balls in great position to befuddle opponents all season long. They've been the sharpest at home as the staff's ERA falls to 3.44, with opponents hitting just .222 at the plate. They've been a bit more hittable this month as the ERA has climbed to 4.24 and foes have connected at a .251 clip. Walks have also increased, albeit slightly, but the Mariners will need to stay sharp at the mound if they want to bring home the AL West title. Seattle enters this contest with a run differential of +100, which lands them at 7th in baseball. The Mariners have been largely inconsistent at the plate, sitting 20th in baseball in overall batting average. They come into this game with a bit of a disparity as they've been the weakest when hitting out of T-Mobile Park, but have been their most consistent when batting under the lights. Along with the decline in batting average, well under half the Mariners' home runs have come at home this season. What's more, Seattle sits near the bottom of the league in regards to strikeouts per game. This has led to the Mariners sitting 29th in terms of runners left stranded despite their top 5 extra base hit rate. During the course of September, their batting average has continued to wane, as have the homers. This has driven the Mariners' monthly run average well below their season benchmark. Even with Verlander posting a higher home run rate at night and a higher walk rate on the road, he's continued to find ways to limit runs and strike batters out. Seattle simply has been too inconsistent at the plate, and the sharp drop in runs per game this month has made them a hard offense to trust. Houston hits the ball well on the road, but the Mariners' pitching staff has kept the offense in several games this season due to their ability to limit hits and stymie foes at the plate. Both of these clubs sit bottom 10 in terms of leaving runners stranded, and that will continue to slow the offenses here. Take the under. San Diego Padres versus San Francisco Giants. San Diego Padres moneyline. The Padres enter this series ranked third in the NL West and having won their previous 3-game series at home against the Cardinals. In their most recent 12-2 win, Michael Wacha got the start in the win, throwing 7 innings and allowing 6 hits that resulted in 2 runs while striking out 6 and walking 1. From then on, it was a bullpen game, which held the Cardinals scoreless for the remainder of the game. On the offensive end, the Padres totaled 18 hits and 12 runs in the game. Juan Soto led the offense, going 3-5 with 4 RBIs and 2 runs scored, while Fernando Tatis Jr. also went 2-4 with 2 runs scored and an RBI. Overall, it was a great win for the Padres as they get one step closer to a wild card spot. The Padres give left-hander Blake Snell the start for Game 1 in hopes of securing an early series win and a much-needed win for their playoff chances. Blake Snell has had a Cy Young caliber year, posting a 14-9 record along with a 2.33 ERA and a 1.20 WHIP in those outings. His most recent start came against the Rockies, in which he threw 7 shutout innings and allowed no hits while striking out 10 and walking 4. I would expect a similar outing from Snell so long as he can keep his walks and pitch count to a minimum. The batting lineup for the Padres has been red hot as of late, with the team's playoff chances resting in the balance. Xander Bogaerts leads the team in hits and average with 162 hits and 8.282/.349/.442/ and is also team leading 575 at-bats. Juan Soto then leads the team in home runs, RBIs, and OBP with 33 home runs, 105 RBIs, and 8.273/.408/.514/ line himself. Fernando Tatis Jr. and Manny Machado have also performed well, but the Padres need to see more production from the middle to bottom of their lineup moving forward. Taking the Padres to win this game for a couple of reasons. They are the better team overall and are playing with a lot of momentum right now. They have the edge on the bump with their potential Cy Young winner Blake Snell facing off against the Giants' Logan Webb. Snell has a 14-9 record and a 2.33 ERA, and Webb has a 10-13 record and a 3.35 ERA. I believe we see another quality start from Snell, having thrown 7 no-hit innings in his previous outing, while the Padres find ways to scrap across runs against Logan Webb. Their lineup has red-hot scoring runs via the long ball and good situational hitting. The Giants have struggled as of late, dropping a majority of their games against strong opponents, and I expect that to continue in this game. In terms of trends, the Padres have won 9 of their past 10 games, while the Giants have lost 8 of their past 10 games. In addition, when these teams have faced off in the past, the Padres have won their past 3 matchups overall, making me all the more confident in taking the Padres to win this game. Also take under 7 runs. Taking the under in this game for a couple of reasons. It is a relatively low total for the game, but for good reason. We see a very quality pitching matchup in Blake Snell, who has a 2.33 ERA and a 1.20 WHIP, taking on Logan Webb, who has a 3.35 ERA and a 1.08 WHIP himself. On top of this, both bullpens have performed well as of late, so we should see good pitching across the board. At the plate, expect both teams to scratch across some runs, but overall they will have a difficult time scoring, more so the Giants than the Padres. I believe both pitchers will turn in quality starts, and the Padres will win this close, low-scoring game on the road. In terms of trends, the Padres have gone under in 4 of their past 5 games, while the Giants have gone under in their past 3 games. In addition, when these teams have faced off in the past, they have gone under in their past 2 games overall, making me all the more confident in taking the under for this game.